What's up, everybody? Welcome to day -1. You may notice quite quickly that day -2 was actually uploaded about 2 days ago, maybe just a day ago. But the math might not be quite adding up, so I guess that is about 2 days ago. And that's because there were some complications with my travel. Turns out that my information on needing a COVID test 72 hours before I entered Japan, while still somewhat correct, I also needed results before I could board my international plane, which the airline I was taking all the way, every single route from my hometown in Florida, which means that they wanted my results right away when I had originally timed out my results for my international flight, which turns out that by the time my international flight was even supposed to leave that day, I didn't even have my results. Thankfully, I found a place that could give me results in a really short term. Went there, got more results, waited a couple hours, got my results, and ended up flying out the next day, aka yesterday. So I ended up flying here to Seattle instead of up to Detroit as originally planned. Frankly, I'm not as upset about this change. Definitely it's nice because I got a shorter leg today. It's only about 10 and a half hours versus about 13, 14 hours from Detroit. So definitely not complaining with this change. But needless to say, this has definitely made the whole trip a bit longer. Had an extra day at home, which was kind of nice. Got to be with family and kind of really do anything last minute that I kind of realized on my way to the airport. I think that was yesterday, 2 days ago in the morning. There were a couple things I definitely realized. I'm like, man, I didn't do that. I wish I did. So I kind of got to do all those last things, tie up any loose ends. But yeah, so I kind of got a little set up here in the hotel here, just something quick, easy for the night. You have the necessities like the PlayStation you gotta really just take out. So I gotta really figure out how to put everything right back into the bags this morning. I'm about to fly out in about a couple hours, but I'm trying to go to the airport in the next hour or two. So I got a little bit of packing to do. Probably gonna eat some breakfast, then head to the airport. I know that sometimes checking bags and going through customs and everything can take a little bit longer when going on international flights, and airlines actually often recommend going 3 hours early. I'm not sure how necessary that always is, but I'd rather listen and be safe than sorry. So I'm planning on doing that. So I'll be heading out here in a little bit, but I still got a little bit more left to do. This is kind of a learning experience, really, this travel, mostly with the timing on these PCR COVID tests. Really don't have a lot of wiggle room for getting them done, because you really got to get them within 72 hours, not only of getting into Japan, but also you have to have your results before getting on your international flight, which really, if you're taking a PCR test that only gives you 48 hours, that's a 24-hour free space that the company has to potentially send the results late or kind of really just screw you over on the whole trip. So needless to say, I'll kind of be looking for even more short-term test result places in the future, or find ones that can give me my results, maybe for a higher price, even though, like, I'd rather not have to pay that, but it's kind of what I got to do in order to get on the flight, and that's kind of the way of the world right now. So sorry if the camera is shaky, and still kind of doing these vlogs on my phone, and I don't have the steadiest hands right now, really shaken up after yesterday's flights. I'm feeling better now after a night of sleep and rest and kind of relaxation how much I could. Took a bunch of Advil and Pepto to just kind of push through, and feeling better. Back at it this morning. So got the longest flight today, but think I'm actually traveling less today, so I'll be there. Hopefully it'll start settling in that I'm actually doing this, because it still hasn't fully. It's definitely set in that I've left home, but it doesn't really feel real. It feels really like I'm in limbo, as it has kind of since my flights got rearranged 2 days ago. So kind of ready to just get there, settle in, despite how tired I'm going to be, and just kind of get ready to set up everything and settle in and just readjust myself to the time. But I remember last time I went over, time difference was rather easy to deal with. At least going there, coming back home, that was the hardest leg. So we'll see how this goes. But without further ado, I don't think I have too much else left to say. Kind of thinking I'm going to go over some of the actual procedures and processes, like visa application, kind of what I did on my end, because that is necessary to get into Japan right now. I plan on going over all of that kind of stuff when I'm actually over there in Japan. That way I'll have like more time. I won't be worried about packing or moving or yada yada yada, other steps of the process I have to deal with. Though I can kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel now. I'm already making a slightly longer video talking about more of the official aspects, but that's just kind of because they messed up my plan a little bit, and I thought they're good to mention, not only for the story of it all, but also to kind of serve as a warning to people of, hey, this is kind of what happens, and you got to make sure you're doing it right, and etc etc. So I'll sign off now. I'll see y'all later. I'll probably see y'all in about what's that? That's probably gonna be still today, but maybe that's tomorrow Japan time though. So I'll see y'all in 24 hours, I guess. So hopefully, assuming I'm not absolutely dead. So see you guys later.